Shalom. Being godly, doing godly acts. Too many people mistakenly assume that in order to be godly, you have to have a certain designated time and it has to be done in a designated place. A time means like a special occasion, a holiday, or a day of prayer, a designated day of prayer, that is, it has to be at a certain place. It can only be done in a house of worship or in a place that's been established for it. But that's really all a mistake, because really being godly actually means being kind. And that is all the time and in every place, without exception. Why do I say that? Well, if you look in the book of Psalms, verse 3 of chapter 89, verse 3 of chapter 89 reads, Ki amarti olam chesed yibaneh. In English, for I have said, quote, the world is built with kindness. There in the heavens you establish your faithfulness. So the world down here is built with kindness. In fact, the sages of the Midrash of the Talmud give us insight into this and explain that, quote, God desired to do kindness. And so to speak, even God, in order to do kindness, he needs to have to whom to do it. And thus, for that, to fill this desire of his, to fill this pleasure of his to do kindness, he created the entire universe with all that's in it. And continuously, constantly, consistently, he does kindness all the time. Thus, to be godly is a demand of every moment. We have to be godly because God doesn't stop, so kindness shouldn't stop. Certainly, when a need for kindness, a need for benevolence comes our way, that is our indicator, that is our sign that indeed God wants us to be godly in that moment and do the kindness and help another human being. Sometimes it doesn't even have to translate into taking something that belongs to you and giving it to someone else. Sometimes the other person doesn't need an actual item, an object to fill the need. Sometimes it can just be a good word, a smile, even a recognition, just a tip of the head, recognizing that somebody else is there, a good morning, a good evening, or even holding the door for someone. These are all godly acts which happen all the time and can happen any place because God is everywhere. So go out there and find someone to be kind to. Be godly.